Welcome back to another video, you juicy pineapples. Now, today's video, we're going to get into the aftermath of UFC 318. Now, I want to start off with Kevin Holland and D. Rodriguez. Now, well, the only thing I'm going to start off with this one is uh, D. Rod is ass. Like, he is absolute ass. From the first round, it was like a very feeling out process. And like it's kind of where if you're D-Rod, you would stick it on Kevin Holland. You don't want to let him have any sort of success in the fight, especially in the early rounds or like the feeling out rounds, because he'll find his range very quick and you will pay the price. I feel like if you've got to get Kevin Holland, you've got to get him very early. You've got to stick it on him, make him uncomfortable, um, not let him dictate anything. But whereas D-Rod, he came out with fair enough. He kind of did try to do that, but his striking is ass. He must have learned that in a back alley or something. I don't know, because he was sprinting forward. It wasn't even chin high or chin low. It was just straight looking forward and then over windmill punches. It was just no cover up whilst throwing. It was just whom, 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 just overhand, 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 and it was embarrassing to watch. To be fair, because then you're like, when you come off watching an event like a Daniel Dubois and you see the clinical striking that goes into that. Yes, I know UFC is not boxing, but a lot of the games these days are solely based around the stand up. Now, I thought, you know what, I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Let's see what his grappling's like. It's non-existent. Kevin Holland, who came in as a striker and has only recently got in touch with his jiu-jitsu game, out grappled him. He was doing the reversals as well. First round feeling out process, messy, sloppy as hell, laughable. Now the second round begins, and Kevin Holland catches a stray. He catches a big right hand that stiffened him out. He literally froze in time. He was lagging. He was sent back to the lobby. He was kicked for inactivity, and he was just frozen in time. That hit, he was just stiff, and then he went down, scrambled a few times. Yeah, done fairly well. Survived the round. Finished on the bottom uh, of round two, and then round three comes out, and then the tables turn. Kevin lands a sweet right hand, right to the pipe. Well, actually, before that, it was like a mild uppercut. It was like an uppercut that came from nowhere. It looked like it didn't have much sting on it, but it was just the placement was perfect. And this is what I mean. You have to stick it on him early because he will find his range and he'll find his timing when it comes to striking. And when he does, you are in trouble because he's a clinical striker. He's very sharp and he's quick as well. And he did as D Rodriguez was coming in, as D Rod was coming in, that uppercut, boff. It was just like momentum versus momentum. D Rod was pushing forward, and Kevin Holland was coming back, but then he planted for a second, and as he was coming forward, he put all that weight into that hip so fast as well. It weren't like a fuck off hit. It was just like a very whoomp, just a very quick plant, bang up there, and he caught him straight in the chin, and yeah, knocked him down. And then a few scrambles go on, grappling exchanges go on, a few submission attempts go on, and then they get back up, and then straight right, just straight down the pipe from Kevin Holland, lands clean on the side of the temple of D-Rod, and just sends him to another dimension. And they're both blowing. They're both blowing at this point. Like, the grappling exchanges were funny. I mean, you know, if you've done like any sort of grappling or any sort of combat sports, when you're in those stages of absolute gasping for breath, it's like everything's happening in slow mo. It is so funny to watch. But yeah, it goes on and on and on until the end of the fight. And that's pretty much what happens. It was very close to a finish from both sides, to be fair. Yeah, so that's kind of how that one plays out. It's just like a grappling exchange, striking exchange, a bit of exhaustion here and there. And then goes to decision, and D-Rod gets the win. Wow. I mean, fair enough. I mean, Kevin Holland's very active. I think, what was that? Probably is that his fourth or fifth fight this year so far, or in a year? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he is very, very active. He is one that fights like 5, 6 times a year. Mental, absolutely nuts. So getting a win over him is very good, regardless of how the performance was, from my opinion, on D-Rod. Um, got the win. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Probably in the rankings now. Probably pushes Kevin out, if anything. Yeah. So I mean, that's it. That's the breakdown of that. It was a very funny fight to watch. Very entertaining, to say the least. It probably kept everyone a little bit awake. Probably, if you was watching the striking and how it unfolded, like I was, it was kind of like, thank you for that fight. Like, I needed to see that fight, how that was playing out. So that's that one broken down. Thank you for coming back for another video. I will add more on to next videos about UFC 318. So keep an eye on the channel. But thank you for coming across another video, and I'll catch you at the next one. But please do not forget to like and subscribe. I've done that backwards. Please not forget to subscribe and like to the channel, and I'll catch you at the next one. Whoosh! Welcome back to another video, you juicy pineapples. Now today's video, we're going to finish off with the end part of UFC 318, going down with Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway for the BMF title. Now, what an absolute fight this was. I mean, who expected anything less? The title's in the neck, BMF. Now, Max Holloway, where do you even start with him? He's just too good. I mean, I don't even want to fall back to Ilya again, but it just proves how good Ilya is, really, doesn't it? But Max, just chill out. Why are you doing that? Why are you treating Dustin like that? Like, crazy. Like, I mean, they both scored knockdowns. They weren't like massive stunned knockdowns, like, oh god, Jesus, he's really hurt. Except from Dustin, he kind of did look hurt at some point. But whereas Max, he took a stray at like kind of like the top or the back of the head, which kind of like, most of them were off balance knockdowns. But what a banger of a fight! Max's striking is just, it's elite. Come on. I mean, he's now adding spinning back kicks to the body. Like, you know he's been playing too much UFC 5 at this point. You know when you get like those fighters that shouldn't have a skill set, like they shouldn't have a certain move, but they do, and now they're overpowered. Yeah, well, that's Max in real life. We went from Kevin Holland and D-Rod to having a don't even know what to say, a lack of skill in the stand-up, to an absolute clinic in Max Holloway and Poirier. Now, the scrambles and the wrestling as well was unreal. You know it's a banging fight when the round ends, but the fighters are looking at each other like, was that the bell? Was that the klaxon? Is that the round over? Because how loud it was in that stadium. My God, it's something that dreams are made of. Like, I would love to have been to that event. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff right there. And it does suck to see Dustin Poirier not retire on a high. But at the same time, I think Dustin Poirier is unfortunate that he got a climatic max. I mean, you got a climax, as you want to say, because Max, he's just getting so good. And the thing is, he's probably now at his prime. I mean, his chin may be a little bit testy now. I mean, he looked fine. He took some big shots from Poirier, especially the knees as well. Like, he took some big knees clean on the chin. So I don't know. His chin might just not hold up against punches like Ilya. Let's just be real. But what much more I say? Multiple knockdowns, one, two, three, four, five. Multiple knockdowns. An absolute war. I'm going to put it as a war. It weren't exactly a Dan Hooker and Poirier war, but it was a war in its own way. And that was a fight for the fans. Max doing his traditional last 10 seconds, point down to the centre of the octagon, and my boy, did they scrap it out. Especially when Max is up pretty much every round. I mean, let's be honest. Max was pretty much winning every single round, and he still wants to risk the last 10 seconds in a let's bite down and scrap. Let's just throw it out. To risk it all against Dustin. One of the cleanest strikers in the UFC as well. Let's not shit on Dustin Poirier striking here, because yeah, he was pretty much the founding father of clean strikes when it comes to the boxing area. Um, that was a treat. That was a treat for the UFC fans. We needed that. Let's be honest, we needed that from the dominant fighters of Ilie, Islam, all these fighters that you know the outcome. We needed a fight where it's like, for the fans. We needed this. This reminds me of like a Paddy and Chandler. No one really knew what was going to happen, but that was what the fans needed. We needed that. Thank you very much for that fight. But yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. You let me know what you guys thought about that fight and Dustin's retirement. If you think it's time, if you think it's not. Obviously, it's all about Dustin, but let me know what you think. And what do you think's next for Max? You let me know as well. But as always, thanks for coming across another video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel down below. And I'll catch you at the next one. Whoosh.